This video will demonstrate how to create schedules in Chronotek and how to export them. We start out with clicking the Scheduling button and then Scheduling Manager. On this screen, we can select the employee that we want to create a schedule for. I'm going to choose Andrew Morgan. On the next screen, it'll show the 7-day week with an hourly view. Notice at the top, it'll start in the current week. So what we want to do is advance this to the following week by clicking on the right arrow. Once we're on the following week, we want to add a shift. You can do this by clicking on the green Add a Shift button, or you can double click in the time and date space to open up the creation window. From here, there's just a few things to adjust. What we'll want to do first is adjust the store that the employee is going to work at. I'm going to choose 117 Decatur. I want him to work 4 hours today. So when we put in the 4 hours, and since we selected the starting time, Chronotek will automatically fill in the remaining requirements for the time and date. It'll automatically put in the end time. One of the nice features about Chronotek is it has an alert system that you can set for either a late clock in or a late clock out. You can activate it by clicking on the checkbox, and then it gives you a selection as to what grace period to give. I'm going to select a 10-minute grace period just for the clock in. If you wanted to, you can get a late out time. It's beneficial if you have a new employee or someone that you suspect is clocking in or clocking out late. Another feature is the recurrence. If this is a schedule that's going to repeat, you can click on the recurrence option there, and it gives you an option to select a particular day and when you want it to end, either no end date after a certain amount of occurrences, or a specific date you want that recurrence to end. Once you're done, click Save and Confirm. And from here, it will have a time block with your 4-hour schedule on that Monday, the 21st. Now, once you get used to it, creating schedules becomes very, very simple. Just going to change the store. I'm going to put the number of hours. I want him to work 2 hours today. And late alert of 10 minutes. And I also want this to recur, and I'm going to let this one just continue on until I change it. And then hit Save and Confirm. And you've got that following day on there. And as you see how quickly I move through this, creating schedules with Chronotek is very, very simple. And I want him to work on Saturday. I'm going to bring him at 9 o'clock. And change the store, the amount of hours you want him to work. Give a grace period of 10 minutes. And recurrence to last forever, and hit Save. After confirming that we've completed his schedule for the week, this is during our slow period when we don't have that many hours. So once you've completed the schedule, you can actually export it to a PDF, and then you can email it directly. Do that by clicking on Reports and then Schedules. And then we're going to do weekly schedule by employee. This is the view that shows you a PDF on the screen, and by default, this PDF will actually include all of the employees that currently have a schedule in Chronotek for that particular week. And all of them, it's all added onto one report. So what we want to do is we want to single this report out, because I want to send this to my merchandiser. So I'm going to go to the drop down and select Andrew. And this field here is the start date. It'll only give you a 7-day work week. And by default, it starts it on today's date. So I'm going to start this on Sunday of next week and click on refresh. So now I have just Andrew and his schedule starting next week, Sunday. And it breaks it down and gives them all the relevant information. There's a second page, which is kind of redundant. I don't know how to remove it, that lists the daily totals of how many hours are scheduled for that employee. That'll be added onto the report. And at the top, to export it or to download it, you click on the little PDF icon, and this will bring you to a download window. You can rename this file and change it to whatever you want. I create a file each week for all of my merchandisers. So you can rename this. I usually use their initials, and then I put the date attached to it, and I save it in a folder so that I can come back to it and reference it if I want to. And you can email the file that you saved using Outlook.